What's up, everybody? It's your man JFilt, and in this video we're going to show you how to create your own simple layered sound. So let's get into it. So if this is your first time to this video, let me say welcome. Shout out your city, where you're from, and if you are into beat making, please consider subscribing. Check out all the links down below. Hit that notify bell. That way you will be updated each time I upload new content. So back to the video. A lot of times we might come up with a nice melody, but we're just not feeling the sound that we're having. So for example, I'm working on a beat right now, and here is the sound that I have as my melody. I was trying to go for a vintage sound, and you know, we could have all the plugins in the world, but sometimes you have a sound in mind that you just can't get. And I just want to show you this simple way that you could create a nice vintage sound that works for melodies. So let me add two more sounds to the beat. I have drums and also some keys. Actually, let me add this bass line too. And it's okay, but this sound right here, I'm just not digging it. It's like it is vintage and it's a synth, but you know, I want to do something else. So I'm going to play the sound that I would rather use, and then we're going to show you how to recreate it. So here's the sound. I'll just call it horn flute. Check it out. And that sounds so much better to me. So what we're going to do is recreate this horn flute, and it's just three sounds. You have a French horn, a mute trumpet, and a piccolo flute. Those three. Now the French horn can be replaced with a trombone if you want to. So I'm going to use a French horn, and we're going to do something like this. And we're going to play a single note. So we're going to use the key of C, but we want a low C. So we'll do this one. So let's just record that. So notice I played a long sustaining note, and you'll see why in a minute. Now you could either just take that one note and just copy it to the other instruments you want, or play it over, and it's just one single note. So let's go to the piccolo, and instead of that low C, I want it to be 2 octaves higher. So this note right here. So let's record that in. So we have 2 notes together, and then the last instrument is going to be a mute trumpet. Now the mute trumpet I'm using is from Contact, from the free factory library, just a mute trumpet. If you have a mute trumpet, you can do the same thing wherever you have, whatever your favorite mute trumpet is. And I want to have like an octave lower than the piccolo. So that would be this note. But if you prefer, you can use a lower note. It's really up to you. And just record. So now we have all 3 notes. And I want to make sure everything comes in at the same time. Quantize that so all the notes come in right at the beginning. All right, cool. And if you want to, you can go ahead and pan, maybe keep the flute or the piccolo in the middle, and then pan the 2 horns left and right. So maybe I can do that, have the horn off to the left, and then the mute trumpet off to the right. See what that sounds like. So after that, I'm just going to bounce this into place so it becomes its own instrument. So I'll hit Control B and just call this flute horn. So now it's down here. Now from here, you can add whatever plugin you want to make it more vintage or whatever. For me, I'm going to go ahead and use reels. So, you know, I just wanted to warm it up. You could use RC20, you could use vinyl, you know, the free plugin or whatever. So yeah, I can go ahead and bounce that again. What I should have did was added that to the MIDI first. So I can bounce that again with the effect. All right, cool. I could have skipped that step and did that when I first recorded these 3 sounds, but you know, do whatever you want to. Now, the last thing I have to do is just go ahead and put this into a quick sampler. That way I can play it across my whole keyboard. And I want to make sure this is selected. That way it follows the tempo. And the reason why I had that long note, once again, is so if I want to play, you know, I want to have my polyphony at maybe 3 notes. But that's up to you. You go mono if you wanted to. Have it cut off so it's gated. Or just attack the release. So when you let go, it kind of drowns out like that. So now you have your own sound that you just created, a nice vintage sound. And now let me hear what that sounds like. Copy this MIDI, bring it down, and here we go. So that's nice and vintage. And of course I can add more effects to it. I added delay and reverb. So I have a delay on one bus and a reverb on another bus. There you go. So now let's play it with the beat. So there you have it. That sounds a lot better than this. So if you have these 3 things, a French horn, a piccolo, and a mute trumpet, you could create this sound. So I hope that was helpful to at least one person. It's your man JFilt. I'm gone. So if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. More videos on the way. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and check out all the links down below this video. I will see you guys on the next one, and I'm sending peace and positive energy.